Boom, baby, we're alive. What is up to the nocturnal hot dude armies of there watching me? And maybe it's the morning where you're watching me somewhere in the world. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comment section if you're watching on replay. Why most women hate modern men. The brutal truth. Here's what I'm going to tell you guys, okay? If you're a guy that actually has a decent amount of game, right, and you actually know you're good with women, but you're constantly getting treated like an average guy and just like getting, quite frankly, just disregarded preemptively by a lot of these chicks, I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of these girls, you guys don't understand, they are so bombarded with low quality guys hollering at them that they think it is every guy. So we're fixing that with the Masculine Empowerment Network 2.0. If you want to fill out the application, you have to join school.com. We will be closing enrollment and applications on Friday. Friday, you will no longer to be able to put in applications. So when you join the school, there's one of these two here, and you just click on that, and then right here, you click this form, fill that out, and you'll be locked and loaded. We got a good episode today. It's going to be cozy stream, and let's get started right away.
久しぶりだな。急いでるみたいだな。アメリカでお前を待ってるやつのとこまで帰れると思うなよ。もう終わりにするか。死ねよお前。これかこれか。やばいお前。何起きてんだよ。どうだこら。やめろから逃がさねえぞ。もう終わりだよ。
You know I usually work alone.
Everyone needs a little help sometimes.
Well, I guess we're even now.
You didn't even tell me you were leaving. You know, America is never going to change. The men are lost. The culture is broken.
I know. And I have to try.
It's gonna cost you a lot of trouble. Stay with me. We can do so much good from here.
I'm sorry. I can't. Gotta go.
Fine. Then I'll come with me.
Let's go. It's time to fight.
That's right. Join the fight with me here on the ground in the United States of America. I'm happy to be back, boys. We've only been back 2 months and we're making tremendous moves behind the scenes. Somebody in the chat said, once all calls and emails have been sent, I'm probably not even going to do email, honestly. It's just going to be phone calls. When do you plan to open up the enrollment period? So what's going to happen is I am going to contact you guys via text first. Double check everybody has filled out their application, and then I'm going to go through the applications, come up with your score, because everybody who fills out an application, you're going to get a score in money, muscles, game, and frame. Each level has 4 levels, right? So we're going to be able to know who's who, and you're going to have an ID number to your membership. And then we're going to have, like I said, we're building the software. It's still being built right now for an online database to actually track your progress, so we can see categorically and chronologically where you lie and how fast you're accomplishing your goals. Because with the resources available to a lot of you guys could accomplish a lot in 3 months, but people don't really take their time to do what they need to do. And then, next thing in a year, 2-3 years, passes by, and then here we are. So this time we're going to take a more dedicated approach. So once you have your identification, we'll get on a call. I personally will let you know if you qualify or not. And then there are 3 levels, and there is a VIP black card 4th level as well. So what level you qualify for and you choose is up to you. But we have a lot of bonuses, and we are doing 2 trips, guaranteed 2 trips. We're doing a domestic America trip, potentially Hawaii again, because why not? And an out of country trip, either going to be Bangkok, Thailand, or someplace in Mexico. Potentially another South American country. But as you guys know, I'm an expert passport bro, and I know the good spots right now. We're not going to go to Colombia, that's for sure. It's played out shithole. So this is a more refined version for guys that are actually serious, who again want to network with actual high value guys, and B, while we come together, we're going to be introducing investment opportunities, game opportunities, relationship game, which is the most important thing, right? And how to specifically protect your relationship from outside forces, because that's the number one thing that destroys relationships, especially in America. And then your inner game, your frame, who you are, how you feel, and how you're going to go ahead in life and work towards accomplishing your goals. So it's everybody's going to have a tailored experience. Everybody who signs up, you will get a tailored one-on-one experience. And then from there, you have the community, and we're going to have the trips. And I guess there's way more bonuses. It's way more intricate. It's a way more in-depth system, but you can only get in by going to school.com/MLD. I just approved 2 guys who got in, and then you have to fill out the application. Once you fill out the application, you will be considered. If you do not want to fill out the application, I do not care. Thank you for watching though, and like, comment, subscribe, and let's get going on today's episode. But first things first, it's always time to do my favorite part of the show. You know what it is. It's time for the one and only. Good question. Will there still be a Telegram chat, or 100% through school? It will be Telegram. It will be Telegram. School was just a waiting room, a waiting place for guys who wanting to join the Masculine Empowerment Network. Well, at least hope they're paying attention. I hope they weren't just mindlessly joining. I made a whole commercial, for fuck's sake, to point you to school for the Masculine Empowerment Network 2.0, but people have trouble following instructions sometimes, so it's all good. So we're gonna rock and roll. Let's go to our episode yesterday. Yesterday was a good episode. I was just kind of preaching yesterday. I'm feeling preachy these days, but it's funny, guys. I tell you, I'm so incredibly happy with the guy I am, with the man I have become. That's like one of the best things, one of the best feelings you can have in life, is just be happy with the man you've become. I'm so happy with that, especially my fitness journey. Who sees me? I'm starting to look like an anime character. Did you guys see me on Instagram? I'm going to pull it up, because then all the haters that called me fat, you're running out of ammo here, sister. So let's do comment review real quick though. Yesterday we did Loneliness is Destroying America, and probably you're next. 4 people. We must have triggered. We typically get 100 plus likes and then no dislikes. So this is a good polarizing episode. Okay, let's go. Sofix says, went on a date with a dime piece on Sunday. She's a therapist, admitted that they don't give advice at all. It's just a place for people to trauma dump. Facts, bro. I met a chick who's a therapist here who's like loves doing drugs and shit. That was fucking wild. Daniel J, shout out to Pam. Thank you for the shout out. Pro Special says, I would have loved to apply and be part of the next men group after the last one improved my life so much. But my mom passed away last weekend after long sickness. Got to take care of the family now. I will quietly follow and be back someday. Shout out to all the guys. Much love to you, buddy. You're going to be okay. No worries. Hey, John. Great video. All these videos, all these hit hard for me. Have you done or would you do a video about, not sure what I call it, but I'll use the term red pill for men. What I mean is they're red pill in working or talking to other men to see if they are genuine. I like a filtration method, huh? That's easy. I'll tell you. I'll cover that in a second. How to see if they're not dodgy. Learning how to read at men and seeing if they can be friends or brothers in the future. Hope this makes sense. Thanks. And then Boss Man Cooking says confidence DNA. Thanks so much. That was a pretty cool avatar you got there. So let me drop some game on you real quick. Okay. So what I like to do because look, when you become a higher profile person like myself, you have a lot to lose. You have to understand that you have to be a better judge of character, right? Because there's a lot of foul characters that come around. I've had con men come through my group. I've had disingenuous people come through. I've been screwed over by some people, right? Business, etc. You have to be sharp. And so what I am a big fan of is the number one indicator is bring him around women. That's the number one indicator. Bring him around women, right? I like to get, if I'm going to hire somebody or if I'm trying to vet somebody out, I like to get them drunk and I like to take them to a strip club. I like to watch them and see what kind of man am I really dealing with? Because there's always so much full of shit these days. Fake bravado, fake alpha males, tough guy in the streets, beta in the bedroom, beta when she raises her voice. I've seen it all, guys. That being said, you give them a liquor in them, bring girls around them. It doesn't need to be a strip club. Just be a bar with a bunch of cute girls. And you'll find out who he is real quick. Yeah. Do it tall. When Louis says, when he was in Tokyo. It's a good time, man. And Louis worked with me one-on-one in one of my older programs. And, well, I'll tell you, he's probably fucking 20x that investment at least. But he's a good guy. He's the fitness Vegeta of our group. Love it for you guys. Love you. Happy to be here. Go ahead and smash that like button. And let's jump into today's topic, shall we? So, I'm a pretty opinionated guy. And I like to be an observer, okay? So I briefly touched on this yesterday, but I want to come back and touch on it again. And what we're talking about here is this, because look, every guy in the world, they love to blame the women for the state of dating, blaming modern women. But the reality is, guys, these women are a reflection of the men in this country. That's the truth right there. You see, men and women exist in a symbiotic relationship. And one side puts up with some shit from the other side, but there's always a struggle and a back and forth, okay? And this has been happening for a very long time. But the problem now is a lot of men have been manipulated by their own perversion into advancing all of these causes that are like pro women and, boss girl and all this stuff that's just not necessarily very good for women to be associated with, including promiscuity and OnlyFans and pornography and sugar babies, okay? If men collectively say no, then women have to obey. But in America especially, dudes are down so bad at a historical low, it's no wonder that women are also down bad at a historical low. You see this, it's a yin and a yang, you know, it's a symbiotic relationship. You know, let's talk about fat people in America. There's more fat guys in America than there are fat women. 74% of men categorized into overweight and or obese. 71% is women. Now, women have higher thresholds for body fat because genetically they store a lot of fat in their legs for pregnancy and breast and ass, right? They just store fat differently, and their bodies are made up of more fat than men's are. So the big thing that I've been talking about over the years is, you know, the real problem is American culture, right? It is a norm for divorce. It is a norm for there to be a broken home. It is a norm for there to be a weak man at the helm in America, right? And that produces weak children. And when the children are not led in a home, which I believe a patriarchal home is the number one way to raise a proper family. It's been like that across cultures since the dawn of civilization. Since we started straying from that, everybody's fucked up. Everybody has daddy issues. Everybody has mommy issues, right? We have strayed away from tradition that's been working for literally fucking eons because we're so arrogant now to think, oh, we figured out this new way. It's like, actually, no, it doesn't work. And the problem is with, you know, if I were to be honest, it's just the mommy issues that a lot of these guys have. A lot of these guys, they do not get proper love and nurturing from their mothers because, you know, there's a growing amount of single mother households in America. Now, when you're raised in a single mother household, I could tell you it is a very chaotic, very unstable thing. And the data shows it irrefutably. It is financially worse off. The children are more likely to be more promiscuous. They are more likely to use drugs. They're more likely to experience depression and anxiety, right? And this is because of, you know, the divorce that's perpetuated by women in America because they are consistently the ones exiting these relationships and destroying these families. So that's the playing ground we're having to deal with right now. So one of the things that women really don't like about men is because they have very bad inner game. That is the number one plague of our time as men. It is, they are very emotionally scarred and or wounded people. And nowadays, it's so easy to pick up multiple devices and numb yourself. You can pick up your phone, scroll mindlessly. You can get on dating apps, swipe mindlessly. You can get food at the push of a button. You can get drugs at the push of a button. You can get booze at the push of a button, right? With certain OnlyFans and seeking arrangement stuff, like you get sex at the push of a button. And it's a very hollow existence, and it's cheap dopamine that can help you really numb the pain that you have in your heart for the rest of your life. But that's the problem. When you're not healed as a man, women have a sixth sense, okay? Every time, consistently, when women meet me and they sit down and we have a good conversation, they can feel like the calmness around me. They can feel how centered I am. They can feel that I'm not going to freak out. I don't have this anxiety, this edge, like this uncertainty within myself that a lot of young men have these days. And a lot of men, they don't know how to behave with their women, right? They don't know how to understand like certain things you don't talk with your wife or your girlfriend about. She's not your mother, right? You can't be whining and crying all the time and being needy and then thinking that she's going to view you as a strong masculine figure that she can follow, okay? Because that's your business, your mental health, and your inner game. That's your responsibility. And what a lot of people like to do, because this is going deep back to the broken homes and the single motherhood thing, right? Oh my God, did I freeze? Wow, that's super rare. Let me see. Oh, OBS crashed. You motherfucker. Oh, I was vibing so hard too. Let me see. Is my video card hot? Oh, Jesus, this is. You know what it is, guys? I think my motherboard is cooked. OMG. I was on a roll too. Guys, keep notes in the chat. Yeah, it's super hot. Oh God. Bring me back. You can't spell BS without BS. Oh my God. It's my computer. All that mining, I know, right? Now, because I'm running like 17 tabs of porn in the background to keep me motivated, boys. Well, we are slowly but surely getting down to the root cause. Maybe because there's 53 instances of Google Chrome running too. That's probably have something to do with it. What do you guys think about that? Da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have these articles I want to read too. Let's see. Super gay. There we go. We're back. Sorry, guys. I promise one day I'll be a professional.
Shut up and take my money.
I promise. Good evening and good vibes from Sana. I salute you with the Homelander salute. Appreciate you. But you like, so this is what happens, right? So you have the family, the traumatized individuals, the boys and girls in there. Okay, here's what's happening. The boys are being neglected because mom has to work, and typically, you know, when people are single, they're more likely to be mentally unstable. I don't think anybody can disagree. It's better to raise a kid with a mother and father. Call me old-fashioned, call me crazy, but I feel like that's a pretty good data-driven decision. Anyways, so when this kid doesn't get love from mom, he doesn't get that feminine love, and then he doesn't, you know, his father's not there, or his father just part-time, you know, he feels this void that you should be, you see, you're supposed to give children, you're supposed to provide children with a safe and secure atmosphere where you just give them love and make them feel happy and make sure they're taken care of. You discipline them in a loving way. Don't beat the fuck out of them like my Caribbean mom beat the shit out of me. My brother sent me a funny meme I was going to play for you guys. But you facilitate a happy, healthy relationship, and then from there, you'll be able to be really happy and raise a good child. But with these kids, they're raised in a very bad way. They're raised in a way that is, you know, there's a lot of instability, and there's a lot of a lacking of giving their love. So when they get older, and we all know this kind of person, and if this is you, it's okay because this used to be me too. But that kind of like emotionally needy person, you know, when you're just like that kind of mopey person, that Eeyore kind of person, that's like, oh man, just having another bad day. You know, and this is like when guys think, oh, I gotta be good looking, I just gotta be this, I gotta that to get a girlfriend. No. American guys, I don't think you guys realize this with such depth and gravity, but you guys, your default strategy, your default life plan is you're going to end up alone. And because a lot of these guys too, right, the problem here is they don't exactly know how to maintain a healthy, happy relationship with themselves. And so it carries over into
you have accepted the truth.
their relationships with friends and with family, and it just bleeds over into everything. And it's really it's a really big problem. And so on top of that, you know, here's the big problem. There's so many guys doing this. There are so many guys doing this and behaving in this very emotionally needy way, which is extremely unattractive. Okay. When you're like that, then, I mean, guys, it's draining. It's unattractive because remember, hypergamy is the woman wants to look up to you. Okay. You know, there's a couple women in my life right now, and one of the women, you know, she sees that I'm shredding up. I'm looking good, right? I'm losing weight. I'm going to the gym every day. She sees my Instagram stories, and she sees me cooking in the gym, rocking that hot dude life. I'm going to show you guys. Look at this. I took this picture this morning. I'm showing off. I'm proud of my accomplishments. Look here. Look here and behold, okay? This is this morning. Weighing in. Boom, baby. Okay? We're shredding down for sure. And, you know, I've lost since June 2nd till now, I've lost 18 pounds, right? And she's saying recently, I respect you so much. I want to go to the gym with you. You're starting to look so sexy. I'm worried about other girls, right? She's in a position where she is in awe of me. And that's where a woman is happiest in her relationship, when she looks up to her man. She's like, wow, my man is so smart. My man is so amazing. He's so disciplined. He's such a hard worker. And that is the frame to be a happy, healthy, long-term relationship, because she has to respect you internally. That's why if she comes from a bad place, or her father's dead, or she had a bad relationship with the father and then he died, or anything bad, trauma related to the father, it's going to be harder for her to love any man, because she feels initially betrayed by the first man to ever give her love, which is her father. And that's the wound that females carry these days, okay? So if you're wounded and she's wounded, then you're just two fucked up people that are your own toxicity is gonna destroy the relationship. And that's where we are now, okay? But it's gotten to a point that they have a new slang. And this is probably a CIA psyop for real, let's be honest, okay? But it's called mankeeping. I didn't get to cover it yesterday. I wanna talk about that, okay? So taking a look here, and we're going to go through a couple of articles, okay? This one's from The Guardian here. This is mankeeping, why single women are giving up on dating. And so here's the thing. Women are so really bad at dating right now because they're just swarmed by bad options. That's the biggest problem. They can't find a quality guy because the quality guys are running out. Guys, we're last motherfucking dying breed out here, bro. We're heading into beta society. But the good thing is, if you're willing to put in the work, you can become a high-value man. It will take time, and it will be very hard. And it will be the best fucking thing you've ever done in your entire life, because you're living in the shoes of a boss every single day. You're the fucking boss, okay? So don't feel like it's hopeless, because it's not. But you got to work with the pro, and that's me, okay? So let's read this article. We'll talk about man-keeping, why single women are giving up dating. As the male social circle continues to shrink, their partners have to take on much more emotional labor, and many are opting to spend their lives alone instead. That's funny. Name, mankeeping. Age, semantically, about a year old. Appearance, needy and exhausting. See? To look at those, just explaining. Oh God, a new term with man as a prefix. These are always tedious. Go ahead and cry about it in your man crave, you man-spreading mansplainer. See, it's cheap and lazy rhetorical device, but yes, man-keeping is a real thing. Men don't man-keep, women man-keep. So they say, how so? Increasingly, the dynamic in a heterosexual relationship seems to be that a woman is tasked with coaching her partner through his problems. Again, this is why I said, what do I say is the most important thing you need to be as a man? Number one thing, most important thing you need to be as a man. 30 seconds on the clock. Let's vote. Look at the chat right there. Let's go. I want to know, what is it? What is the skill that you need? Man keep sounds like some TikTok bullshit. It is. Yes. Very good. Very good. Daniel J. right there. Lead. Thaddeus Brown Walker. Yes. You have to be a leader. You have to lead. You have to be the one. A woman is not going to feel happy and sustainable and secure if you're not on your shit. You know? Be a leader and have frame guidance. Yes, exactly. You know? Let's go back to the article here. Let me make it big. Make it big. How so? Increasingly, the dynamic. I understand. A whole generation of men don't feel comfortable opening up to their male friends, which means some of them dump their worries on their female partner. It's an extension of emotional labor, remembering birthdays, organizing social calendars, but effectively it requires the partner to act as an unpaid therapist. Why? The Stanford researchers who coined this term think it's a result of the so-called male loneliness epidemic. As the social circle of men continues to shrink and their partners bear the brunt of everything that has historically been shared amongst friends, colleagues, and acquaintances, you know? It's sweet that you think this is a new phenomenon. Okay, fine. Some men have always been lousy, this sort of thing, but this is the first time that women are starting to unionize against it. Well, let's be honest. Women would unionize against anything that takes the accountability away from them. They're not necessarily the greatest partners right now either. Both sides are fucked up. Let's be honest. Both sides are fucked up. And the sooner we stop pointing our finger at the other side and just working on yourself, you level up. Level up, motherfuckers. Guys, no competition. Virtually no competition. If a girl gives me time of day, and the fact that I am a global player, I am a globally sophisticated womanizer, okay? I could go anywhere in the globe and find some girl to scratch my head and cook and clean and love me and take care of me. It's a skill. It's a skill, and it's power. It's so much power, especially now. I didn't realize how hard up it is right now for everybody in America and pussy. I really didn't realize it was this bad. But the big problem is because the guys are fucking pussies. I'm just saying you. They're afraid to lead. They're afraid to handle their bullshit. They're afraid to fucking do the right thing. And then these girls, they just, you know, they're dealing with seas of these dudes. Seas of these guys. Oceans. Oceans, bros. Oceans. Okay? How many of them stop dating? In the U.S., only 38% of single women are on the dating market. Compared to 61% of single men. It just shows you how men are fucking just willing to put in the work still. Look at these lazy women giving up. That's funny. But that will make men more lonely, which will only exacerbate the problem. Right. The only way to get this problem is to make women have sex with undesirable women. Way to go, Gilead. Well, here's the thing. Both sides have their shit they got to get together. But, you know, the reality is people are dumb. The bell curve distribution of IQ is the greatest indicator of, you know, where people are going to lie. Most people are in that middle, you know. You want to be able to take control of your life in these circumstances right now. Cheap dopamine, trash food, trash entertainment, trash hobbies, etc. and stuff like that. It ruins you. It cooks you. But guys, if I'm 39 years old and I can drop 18 pounds with a slower metabolism than you guys and do it in under 2 months, What is the excuse? And when we live in the biggest, most powerful financial economy in the world and the history of humanity, and you can't make money, can't save money, you can't pick up your phone and just talk to, infinite super intelligence here and say, hey, give me because AI can point you in a general direction. Okay? And AI is the fucking future. If you're not like using AI, then you're totally fucking, you're like cooked. You will be left behind. So you have infinite super intelligence right here in your phone. Use it. You could turn your whole life around in 18 months. You could go from being sexless, broke, to being able to pull girls consistently, and being able to go out there and make money and invest and build a life of abundance. Okay? That's the truth. You guys are always liking the glasses. Nate the Great. Are you the guy that's living out in, you were living in Nagasaki? Whoa, you look good, really good in glasses. Thanks. I have a bunch of these. These are blue blockers because I'm nuking my eyeballs doing these late night streams. Cannot wait to switch to 9 a.m. Team 9 a.m. has won, guys. Team 9 a.m. has won. Okay? So let's talk about why you need a male social network, okay? You need to talk to your bros about problems. When you're having problems with your girls, right? That's what my monthly coaching is great for. I'm coaching a lot of guys in there how to handle, because you're going to run into hiccups with your relationship. But if you stumble at these hiccups, some are shit tests, some are different. If you stumble at these and you don't continue to overcome them, and because, when you're dating a woman, it's like the rich get richer. Like when you are able to be the man, hold frame, and keep her in that state where she loves you consistently. I was telling this to one of the guys in coaching, my monthly coaching, that it's like a tree with very, very, very deep roots. It's going to be harder to uproot and topple that tree over as long as you keep the ground fertile and you just facilitate an environment for you to carry on the relationship, keep her happy, keep her healthy, and don't do this in simpy way. You know what I mean? But you do have to oversee your girl and make sure she's going to be okay and not like screw her life up. Okay? And that's part of being a leader as a man. Women want this. You see it on dating apps everywhere. They're like, oh, I want a man with a plan. I want a man who's going to tell me be ready at 7. And, they're ready to get back in the kitchen. You just need to get out and get some FaceTime in front of these girls. And another thing I've realized is this. You have to have like top of the line game in the States for dating apps to work if you're in a low traffic area. And, it's really becoming apparent to me that face-to-face is making a comeback. Face-to-face is making the comeback. So you got to get out there and live life, boys. You can't sit there behind the screen. You can't be sitting there. You go build a life, man. Like for me, like I like doing K-pop dances at home. And, I like K-pop music. I fucking love K-pop music, man. Dating all these Asian girls all these fucking years. I've become like a fucking like diehard K-pop fan, indirectly just through these girls playing this shit in my house, like when they're cleaning and cooking on, I always have like a big screen TV. And I remember, Miss MLD was always blasting Blackpink. And I'm like, who the hell are these girls? And then I start watching that. And then you start like, getting involved. And, that's what makes me a unique person, because I have a unique hobby that's interesting. How many Americans, and it's not like in a weeb kind of way too. I like going to the gym. I like kickboxing. I like making money. I love investing in crypto. I love investing in the traditional markets. I love investing in businesses, right? And, it's ripe for the taking if you're willing to step out there. That's the truth. So when you're with a girl and you're being needy and you're being so grotesque, that's just not okay, because you're just reprehensible to her. And another thing is this. If you ever get treated badly by a girl, or you get fucking, you just get a bad reaction, that's not on you. That's on them. And that's because a lot of these girls, you guys don't understand. If you're watching my content and you're actually like taking it fucking seriously, okay? You are not like these people, and you can rise and you can ascend, and it is totally possible. It is totally doable. But it's going to take time. That's like not the strategically right thing to say. As a content creator, you're supposed to, everybody wants to say, "Oh, it's so easy. You can take it forever." You could be an alpha male in 4 weeks. You can turn your dating life around in 4 weeks massively, but to like have a complete transformation takes years. Nobody wants to hear it. Every guy thinks he can beat the process. Not me. I got the cheat codes, dog. Me, nah. Took all these other people years to, level up, boss up, become a fucking top level guy. Not me, dog. Not me. Fuck, I'll get it done in fucking 3 months. I'm just studying. I'm just studying. I'm just getting ready. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting for this one.
You could not live with your own failure.
It's coming.
Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Yeah, time is a factor. Time is the only factor, right? If you want to make $1 million in crypto, you have a better probability of doing it over a year probability than you do in a month. TradFi, same thing. Okay? Takes time to be the man. And it's not about adding more, it's about stripping away. It's about doing a bunch of shit that's not good for you. Really, to be a high value person is really not that hard. You have to eat less. You have to cook less. You got to study a lot more. You got to train more. But dude, like, I'm fucking 39, guys. I thought 39 I would be cooked. I thought 39 it's over. It's over. It's game over. Right? I look great. I feel great. And another thing, and this is something too, okay, because tying into these guys, all right? This is really important. This is the most important part. And like, again, this is like not the right way to say things as a content creator, but it's real. It's real, and I just got to give it to you straight. Okay? A lot of these guys, they don't fucking face their problems. They don't face their insecurities. They don't face any of that shit head on. And when you don't do that, it's very, very damning to you. It's like poisoning yourself. Now, here's the skill. As a guy, as a high-value guy, all right, if you're a truly high-value guy, as the years go on, you get better and better and better, okay? You get more fit, you look good. I think the show has been a very big testimony to me. If you've seen how I first started at 33, 32, I was 33, and like I feel like I look better now at 39 than I did at 33. And throughout a lot of those years. And the skill set you need to get used to is understanding the cycles of the high value man. So you're gonna rise to a peak, and then you're going to go down to a valley. And you have to kill that person. You personally have to kill the old version of you. And it will be painful. And the only way you're going to kill this person is you have to step into the fire of transformation. And that's when you start doing a new business thing, or you start doing a new fitness routine, or you start talking to more girls in a different way. And it's uncomfortable because you're doing something new and you feel a lot of pain, and there's no guarantee and there's no time limit. You just have to keep on grinding and keep on grinding and keep on grinding. And what you're doing is you're killing that old version of you, and then rebuilding an even better version. Kind of like Job in the Bible, when God killed his family, killed his wife, took his health, took everything from him, and then he still didn't curse the name of the Lord. And then after that, God gave him back everything tenfold. And that's the skill set that a lot of guys, when they get to like, okay, now I'm not a simp, now I'm not a beta, I'm red pill aware, I make a little bit of money, shit. A lot of guys cop out here, because it's painful to go to the next valley. But you have to understand, once you're aware of this stuff, guys, you have to go through the transformation, or you're going to be mentally tormented. you have to proceed forward. You have to keep on creating the new version of you, iteration 1, iteration 2, iteration 3. And you have to understand it is going to be painful for you to come to some realizations. This is why I make guys fight at these events and talk to girls, because every guy thinks he's a really good fighter and every guy thinks he's really good at talking to girls. And I say, okay, well, listen, welcome to the Passport Pro. And we're going to find out right now, because we're going to make you fight and we're going to make you talk to girls and we're going to see. So if you really are the fucking man, you better win all your fights and all these bitches better be falling in love with you. But that's rarely the case. Actually, that's 100% failure rate at the case so far with the guys who came initially. But when they leave the program, and it's only done in 10 days, we're really fucking good at what we do. It's a whole big transformation. But, you know, that's why those events cost more too, because I want the guys who are really serious about it. Because, you know, when they pay the $10,000 to do the international trip, you know, that's a big investment for a lot of people. And so it's good for us, because when they pay, we're like, okay, good. They're gonna like do what we say, because they're financially invested, so they're emotionally invested, and they get such the fucking breakthrough and such a massive change in a short amount of time, because we tell them this is the death pattern. You have to go through the death. You have to consistently struggle to climb into the mountain, struggle going into the valley, and then struggle coming out of the mountain, and then struggle, and like it's managing a life of struggle, but it's a good struggle. It's a good pain. It's a good suffering. It's the right thing. It's the medicine you need to take your whole life. The medicine of self-development, the medicine of self-edification. You know, that's the number one thing that you must focus on as a man. And then the world is your oyster. It's so easy once you escape it, guys. So easy. Okay? So, it's so important that you guys realize that if you don't handle your problems are going to handle you. And it's going to bleed out everywhere. You're going to be known as that needy guy at work. Your coworkers aren't going to like you. Your family is going to bully you. You're going to feel like an outcast everywhere you go. But once you go inside internally, you know, you pick up your own sword and shield and you walk into the cave and you're like, all right, I've got to kill this fucking dragon. And it's just me and this dragon. And even if this dragon kills me, I'm going to respawn and I'm going to come back again. Like, you ever see that movie with Tom Cruise when the aliens come? What is it? Edge of Tomorrow. Okay, that is a phenomenal movie. Because what it is based off a Japanese anime, manga actually. And what it is this guy, there's an alien invasion, and he accidentally kills one of these like really specialized psychic aliens. The blood goes on this guy, and he continues to live the same day in a loop every time he dies. So what happens is he keeps going, he finds this woman to train, and he keeps on leveling up and dying, leveling up and dying, leveling up and dying, leveling up and dying, leveling up and dying. And it's like, it's such a perfect illustration of what you must do as a man to ascend. But paralysis due to your fear and due to your feeling like you're not good enough and feeling like this is an insurmountable task in front of you and so you can't accomplish it, that is what stagnates you. Inaction is the number one poison in life. Inaction is the number one poison for you as a man. You must take action. It's the only thing that gives you clarity. And you must consistently and forever work on yourself. Like again, guys, I'm 39. I'm learning how to dance. I'm learning how to cut weight at a new rate. I'm learning about TradFi markets. I'm learning about whole new marketing systems. I'm learning about brand new economies. I'm expanding my international network and intelligence of researching Mexico now. You know, I went to Mexico City a couple weeks ago. I'll be going to Cancun now on Sunday, and you know, what I'm going to be doing there is scouting locations for international training trips and scouting locations for the high value, the VIP stuff that we're going to be doing for the Masculine Empowerment Network this time around. So, you know, there's never a time where you just are finished. You made it. Like 50-year-old MLD right? Oh, it fucking sucks to even say that. Fuck. But I'm going to be 50 one day. And that's going to be a different iteration of 39-year-old me. I can't believe I'm 39. Fucking sucks, guys. To just the number. To be associated with getting older. Ah! It is what it is. At least I could drink some smart water and first world air-conditioned house. Camera hasn't gone out. I've got all you lovely people watching me. I feel like I can figure it out. What do you think, guys? You think I can get through this? Can I make it 250? But, you know, the thing is, you know, I get happier with who I am as the years go on. You know? I get happier. I get happier. I'm happy to meet you guys. I'm happy to build this community. I'm just fucking happy to be in America. I'm happy to be intelligent. I'm happy to do this. I love to wake up at the gym, go early and crush it and literally flex on the haters, you know? And I wouldn't have it any other way. And you know what it is? It's becoming a man that is addicted to solving his problems. That's all it is. Most people avoid their problems in alcohol, drugs, sex, prostitution, pornography, hiding, avoiding. The number one unmasculine thing you could do is to run away from your problems. Like I told you, right? You pick up your sword and your shield and you run head first, screaming in the direction of your problems with a fucking war cry that you're going to fucking murder every single problem that is in your way. Because that's what a real man does, and that's what a real hero does, and that's what a real leader does. You've got to tackle your problems right now, immediately. Otherwise, I'm sorry to say, you're cooked if you don't. See you tomorrow for the Tokyo Crypto Show.